And beginning to perceive and feel these delightful sensations, the soul lovingly calls out to the Most High, Trahe me poste, let us run together. For, united to its beloved, it does not any more feel the doings of this earthly life. Seeking to fly after the odor of the ointments of its beloved, it begins to live more where it loves than where it lives. Having already left behind its lower nature, it turns back only for the purpose of reforming it and curtailing its animal appetites of the passions. If at any time they seek to rise in rebellion, the soul will subdue them with alacrity, for already, not I live, but Christ liveth in me. To a certain extent, in all these holy operations and aspirations is felt the assistance of the Spirit of Christ, who is the God and the life of the soul, and who is known by such by the fervor, by the enlightenment, by the holy desires, by the light, and by the facility of action inspired by him. These are such that only God can be the author of them. One feels the uninterrupted activity of love which it causes, and of intimate conversation with God, living and continuous, which rivets the attention of the mind to the things of God and withdraws it from earthly things. Christ manifests himself as living within the soul, exerting his power and dispersing the darkness by his light. This may be properly designated as standing in the entrance of the house of the Lord, for there the soul beholds the splendor emanating from the beacon light of the Lamb of God. I do not say that this is the whole light, but it is part of it, and it consists in a knowledge superior to the capabilities and faculties of a creature. In furtherance of this vision, the Most High animates the intellect by a certain subtlety and light, thus adapting it for the exalted knowledge. Moreover, the knowledge thus given is accompanied by the certainty which is peculiar to faith, as experienced in regard to the more common truths of revelation. Faith accompanies the vision, and the Omnipotent gives to the soul power to appreciate the value of the knowledge and the light which he infuses. Its light is inextinguishable, and all good things and a nobility of great price come to me with it. This light goes before me, directing my ways, and I took possession of it unerringly, and I desired to communicate it without envy, nor have I concealed its excellence. It is a participation of the divinity, and its presence is a great delight and joy. It teaches great things freely, and it disciplines the heart. With irresistible force it banishes and expels the deceitful things of this world, wherein, solely by looking upon them in this light, the spirit finds immeasurable bitterness. By it the soul leaves behind the perishable things and flies to the sacred refuge of eternal truths. It enters into the cellar of fermented wine, where the Most High orders in me most holy charity. And by it he urges me to be patient and without envy, to be kind without offense, to be free from pride and ambition or anger, thinking ill of nobody and suffering and tolerating all things. Its voice is ever within me, and secretly warns me powerfully to do what is most holy and most pure, teaching me in all things. And if I fall short in the slightest degree, it reprehends me without ever passing over the smallest point. This is the light which at one and at the same time enlightens, raises to fervor, teaches and reprehends, chastens and enlivens, calls and deters, warns and compels, makes clear the distinction between good and evil, discloses the hidden and the profound, the length and the breadth, which reveals to me the world, its state, its inclinations, its deceits, and the lies and fallacies of its lovers and clients. Above all, it teaches me to despise the world, to tread it underfoot, and to raise myself to the highest Lord and Governor of the universe. And in his majesty, I see and learn the ordering of all things, the power of the elements, the beginning, the middle, and the end of time, its changes and variations, the onward course of the years, the harmony of all creatures and their innate qualities, all the secrets of men, their acts and their thoughts, how far they stray from the Lord, the dangers in which they live and the errors of their ways, the states and governments, their curtailed existence and their great instability, their beginning and their end, the true and the false principles which guide them. All this is learnt and seen distinctly in God through this light, even as far as pertains to the separate individuals and circumstances. But as soon as the soul descends to a lower condition and a more ordinary state, wherein it must make use only of the substance or acquired habit of this enlightenment, and cannot enjoy its full splendor, this exalted knowledge of persons, of conditions, and of the secret thoughts before described is more circumscribed and limited. In this lower state, I perceive only so much as is necessary to avoid danger and to fly from sin, and to feel true compassion with other persons, though at the same time I am not permitted to speak clearly with anyone about that which is revealed to me of their evil state. I could not do it if I tried, for it seems as if I am made dumb, except at times when the author of this light gives me permission and commands me to admonish one of my neighbors. But even on such occasions I must not disclose the nature of my cognition, but I am constrained to speak to the heart, using plain arguments, simple, ordinary, and charitable persuasion in God. At the same time I am urged to pray for their necessities, which for that object become known to me.